What if I told you your old Ford isn't actually old? Yep, it might look tired, sound tired, and drive like it just woke up from a bad nap. But guess what? There's a super simple trick that can make your Ford engine feel young again. 1. The big secret. A tune-up sounds like a big fancy word, but it's really just a set of small helpful steps that wake your Ford engine up. Over time, tiny things inside the engine get dirty, dusty, or worn out. A tune-up cleanses these areas, replaces weak parts, and checks things that might cause trouble later. It's kind of like taking your engine to a doctor for a full checkup. The doctor listens, checks your heartbeat, looks at your eyes, and gives you medicine if you need it. A tune-up does that for your engine. It makes sure the engine can breathe well, burn fuel cleanly, and stay cool. When all these parts are fixed and cleaned, the engine feels fresh again. That's why a tune-up is the secret trick that makes your Ford run like new, even if it has a lot of miles on it. 2. Fresh oil. Oil is one of the most important things inside your Ford engine. Inside the engine, metal parts move super fast and rub together. Without oil, these parts would scratch, get hot, and break. Fresh oil keeps everything slippery and smooth. But after many miles, oil turns dirty, thick, and dark. This old oil makes the engine work harder, like running with sticky mud on your shoes. When you give your Ford clean oil, the engine feels lighter and cooler right away. A fresh oil change also removes old dirt that can damage the engine. Along with new oil, the oil filter must be replaced too. This filter catches dirt, but once it fills up, it can't do its job anymore. New oil plus a clean filter is like giving your Ford a cool, refreshing drink on a hot day. It wakes the engine up and helps it run like new again. 3. Spark plugs. Spark plugs are tiny parts inside your engine that make little lightning bolts. These sparks light the fuel and make the engine run. When spark plugs are new, they make strong, clean sparks. But after thousands of miles, spark plugs get dark, dusty, and crusty. They don't make good sparks anymore, and the engine starts to feel weak. You might notice slow starts, shaking at red lights, or your Ford struggling up hills. New spark plugs can change that fast. Replacing them is like taking out an old weak flashlight and putting in a brand new bright one. Suddenly, the engine wakes up. It starts quicker, runs smoother, and has more power. Even the fuel mileage gets better because the engine burns fuel the right way again. Spark plugs may look small, but they do a huge job. Fresh ones are one of the best ways to make your Ford feel new. 4th, air filter. Your engine needs air to run, just like you need air to breathe. The air filter protects your engine from dust, leaves, bugs, and dirt. Over time, all that dirt builds up in the filter and blocks the air from getting in. When the filter is dirty, your Ford struggles to breathe. It feels tired, slow, and heavy. Imagine trying to run while breathing through a thick pillow. You'd feel weak and out of breath, right? That's what your engine feels like. A fresh air filter changes everything. It lets clean, fresh air rush into the engine again. This gives your Ford more power, smoother driving, and better gas mileage. A clean air filter is cheap, easy to replace, and very important. It's one of the quickest ways to help your Ford feel strong again without spending a lot of money. 5. Fuel system cleaning. Inside your fuel system, tiny bits of sticky gunk build up over time. This gunk forms in fuel lines, fuel injectors, and other parts where gasoline flows. When the fuel system gets dirty, it becomes harder for fuel to reach the engine. This makes your Ford feel slow, shaky, or weak when you try to speed up. A fuel system cleaning removes all that gunk and washes the inside clean. It's like washing mud off your shoes so you can walk faster and easier. Once the fuel flows freely again, the engine gets the right amount of fuel it needs. This helps your Ford run smoother, have more power, and use less gas. Many people are surprised by how much better their Ford drives after this simple cleaning. It's one of the best ways to bring power back to an older engine. 6. Throttle body cleaning. The throttle body is a part of your Ford engine that controls how much air goes in when you press the gas pedal. Over time, dust, sticky dirt, and fuel vapors build up inside it. When it gets too dirty, the air can't flow smoothly, and your Ford starts acting weird. You may notice shaking, slow starts, or the engine jumping when you press the gas. Cleaning the throttle body is like brushing your teeth after eating candy. Once it's clean, air moves smoothly, and the engine feels calm again. It also helps your Ford respond faster when you hit the gas, so driving feels easy and light. This simple cleaning can make a big difference in how your engine idles and accelerates. It's one of those small things people forget, but it can make your Ford feel newer and happier almost instantly. 7. PCV valve. The PCV valve is a very small part, but it has a super important job. It helps remove dirty gases from inside the engine and sends them back to be burned again. This keeps the engine clean and stops pressure from building up. But after a long time, the PCV valve can get clogged with oil and dust. When it gets stuck, your Ford might start using more fuel, shaking at idle, or even leaking oil. Replacing the PCV valve is cheap and quick, but it can make a huge difference. It's like cleaning a tiny straw so air can pass through again. Once the PCV valve works properly, the engine breathes better and feels smoother. Many people don't even know this part exists, but keeping it clean helps your Ford engine stay healthy and young for many more miles. 8. Coolant flush. Your engine gets hot every time you drive, and coolant is the liquid that keeps it from overheating. Over time, coolant becomes old, rusty, and weak. It can't protect your engine like it used to. Old coolant can cause overheating, leaks, or even engine damage. A coolant flush removes the dirty old liquid and replaces it with clean, fresh coolant. It's like giving your Ford a cold drink on a super hot day. Fresh coolant keeps the engine temperature steady and safe. It also protects the inside of your engine from rust and buildup. After a coolant flush, your Ford runs smoother and stays cooler, even on long drives or in heavy traffic. This simple step can help your engine last much longer and stay in great shape. 9. Belts and hoses. Inside your Ford, belts and hoses work quietly every day. Belts help spin the alternator, water pump, and other important parts. Hoses carry coolant and other fluids around the engine. Over time, heat and age make them crack, stretch, or weaken. If a belt snaps or a hose leaks, your Ford can stop running suddenly. Checking them early keeps you safe from big surprises. When you replace old belts and hoses, the whole engine feels stronger and smoother because everything turns and flows the way it should. It's a lot like replacing tired old shoelaces with brand new ones. Suddenly, everything feels tight, secure, and ready to go. Fresh belts and hoses can make your Ford engine run better and prevent major problems down the road. 10. Battery and connections. Your battery is like the heart of your Ford. It gives the engine the power it needs to start and helps all the lights and electronics work. But batteries get weak over time. When that happens, your Ford may take longer to start, or you might hear clicking sounds. Also, dirt or white powder on the battery connections can block electricity. Cleaning the terminals and checking the battery health can make a huge difference. A fresh, strong battery makes the engine start faster and run better. It's like waking up after a good night's sleep instead of being tired. When the battery and connections are clean and strong, your Ford feels more alive and ready to drive anywhere. So that's it, folks. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and also watch our previous videos about the engines that never gave up. And stay tuned for more tips on making your Ford run like new for a long time to come.